Out of curiosity, what even is the 8th Emerald for? Is it for Hidden Palace? Because I do know there's the mobile version, which, that boss is actually kind of different, because you can't just hug the sides of the screen, because it's like 16 by 9 instead of 4 by 3. I think actually Sega Genesis is closer to like 3 by 2, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm also not an expert on Sega Genesis. I was very much a Nintendo kid growing up, and also a PlayStation kid, so I didn't actually play Sonic until the Mega Collection for GameCube, which was technically the first Sonic game I ever owned. So good news and bad news is this is basically the only water level in the game, and bad news is it's still a water level. Just a bonus, that's cool. Really challenging bonus stage. I wonder if the draw distance was fixed. Like, if the draw distance on the rings was a little bit better, I can see it not being as much of a problem. But the amount of slowdown in this level is actually rather remarkable. Also, one thing I forgot to mention in the last level, because I think I said I was going to talk about it. Yeah, okay, so if the draw distance is better, then the special stages would actually probably be pretty easy. The game only had like a year of development. I'm pretty sure Sonic 2 was like super rushed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm not sure what the source is on that, but I just remember reading something about how it only was developed in like a year and was very rushed, which is why Hidden Palace got axed and so on. But overall it is a technically better game. Frame rate's still a little choppy, but the big benefit is the spike glitch is better. Wow, that would actually help, I imagine. Also, not having a frame rate be as choppy would be a benefit too. I was trying to duck for some reason, I should have jumped. I honestly really play this game recklessly. I should slow down more. The mix of pre-rendered and sprites can be good. Like, I think of, I don't know how Octopath is designed. If anyone knows, sort of a weird tangent, but I know that game uses sprites, but like very detailed backgrounds. But yeah, it's an interesting way to go about it, and probably saves on rendering. I'm one of those people who can go either way on sprites. Like, if you do really good sprites, then it can look better than 3D graphics, but you can also go the other way too. Like, I know Secret of Mana gets a lot of crap from fans for being a bad remake, but for me it's not the fact that it's 3D versus 2D. The problem for me is just the graphics look not great. It's more the quality of the sprite, not the sprite work, the models, more so than it just inherently being sprite-based or polygonal for me. Like, Trials of Mana looks really good, the remake they're doing for that, because they're actually putting effort into it and not making it just an upscale D-Day game like with Secret of Mana. Like, I can see this game getting a full remake. Actually, fans are doing that. Fans are doing an HD project. And that looks great, even though it's not using traditional sprites. You know what? I was hoping it would be Hilltop, because then I could talk more about the remake. But yeah, there's so many little bonus projects, or side projects of Sonic 2 that's fascinating seeing different interpretations. Yeah, Hilltop, and Chemical Plant, and Emerald Hill are all featured in an HD remake with like hand-drawn sprites, and it looks really good, even though it's not entirely comparable art styles. It's done with enough effort and love poured into it that it actually looks really good. It's like, to me, I know a lot of people didn't like Sonic Forces, not Sonic Forces, Sonic 4 Episode 1. And to me, that's also a case of, it's not really the fact that they're not sprites, it's the fact that the models just look really glossy and kind of rushed. Everything looks super glossy for Episode 1 specifically. Also, this is a Casino Night Zone, I should probably mention that. Don't have to deal with the Barrels of Doom until Sonic 3, luckily. So, hopefully this goes smoothly. I can't guarantee it because my luck is terrible. And just bouncing around tends to be very awkward. Also, just getting stuck in loops. That's why Sonic Lost World has one of my least favorite Sonic stages of all time, because you basically have to play pinball, and it's just sort of pinball with a time limit, mind you, and it's just stressful. It's just unnecessarily stressful. Alright, so... Tails is actually one of my favorite Sonic characters. Not sure how popular of an opinion that is nowadays, for reasons I won't spoil, for those who have not kept up with the franchise. But I feel like it's not super popular of an opinion. And this is why I'm a little mixed on Casino Night, because it just ends up being a lot of this sort of a directionless way. I'm just gonna go down here. Probably be faster than going to Top Rat. Well, end of the stage, without any more Chaos Emeralds. Only 3 times, that's not bad. I don't hate Sonic 4 either mechanically, because I expected it to be a little different. Like, so I'm actually okay with Sonic 4, I just find the visuals of Episode 2 to be a lot better than Sonic 4 Episode 1. Just the overall level of polish seems much higher, which is why I'm still a little sad Episode 3 never happened, because they were finally starting to actually get their act together by Episode 2. What? I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Oh. Well, that makes so much more sense. I thought you were like late for something. It's like, wait, what? Alright, so like in Sonic 1 we have a 10-minute time limit, and I feel like this and Metropolis are gonna be the only times where we actually get kind of close. Just from the standpoint of me bouncing all over the place. If it makes you feel better, I've never had alcohol in my life. Because I know I'd be a lightweight. I hear the mobile versions of Sonic 4 have different levels. Like, I think, there's a minecart level that's different than on, console and mobile. I'm not sure, because I haven't played the mobile version. I need to finish Sonic 4. Maybe I'll do that on stream after Sonic 3. I might just do, like, finish Sonic 2, and then do Sonic 3 afterwards at some point. Probably not immediately. And then, do Sonic 4. Because I still need to finish it. Like, I didn't dislike what I played, it's just a case of, okay, that was close. It's just a case of having other things to play. You know, like 3 Houses just came out, and it's like, I don't know, that's kind of more of a priority than Sonic 4 Episode 1. I feel like Advance dodged a lot of hate because it was called Sonic Advance. in those kind of comparable situations where it's like, it's dimps, so both have kind of similar mechanics in some ways and level design tropes. And yeah, I always felt I always kind of questioned the logistics of having Sonic 1 special stages with tilt controls. I don't know if there's the reason. Okay, good. I was gonna say the reason I'm not falling down is because I didn't know if there was ground. Because I'm not super familiar. As a kid, I'd usually get stuck at a chemical plant, so I don't really know much past that very well. And even then, my best run as a kid was getting to Oil Ocean. And then I died, and then I stopped playing, or just went back and played the early stages. I do this a lot as a kid. Yeah, it's a little different than Sonic 1 that you're controlling the stage instead of Sonic himself. But still, I feel like having gyro would not make that any less disorienting for me, because I'm not usually prone to motion sickness. Sonic 1 special stages, to quote Tails, make my head spin. I'm not even gonna bother. We're not gonna clear it. I know my limits. Sonic 2 has more half-pipe. And here's, I mean Sonic 4 Episode 2. And I hear the half-pipe and those are also really tricky. It's fine, don't have to apologize for typos. I just might have to ask you to repeat yourself, being like, oh, what were you trying to say? Alright, we're done. Not bad. 4 minutes feels very long for a Sonic 2 stage. But not bad for Casino Night. I gave up at the 7th Emerald of Episode 1, I'm gonna be honest. I think I have 5 or 6.